It was one of those nights where everything felt normal, almost too normal. My wife, Claire, was sitting on the edge of the bed, scrolling through her phone while I brushed my teeth in the bathroom. We'd been married for 6 years, and lately, I had started noticing little shifts in her behavior. She was glued to her phone more often than not, smiling at messages she wouldn't share with me, and sometimes turning her screen away when I entered the room. Still, I kept brushing those suspicions aside because I loved her. Love, after all, makes you blind. Or at least it makes you want to be. That night, as I climbed into bed beside her, she leaned in, kissed me softly on the cheek, and whispered, "Good night, my love." It should have been comforting, but there was something about the way she said it. Her voice lacked warmth. It was practiced, almost like a routine she no longer felt but had to keep up. She turned off the lamp and faced away from me, her body stiff. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, my heart heavy with doubts. An hour later, when her breathing slowed into the rhythm of sleep, I heard the faint buzz of her phone. She hadn't placed it on silent as she usually did. The screen lit up briefly, and curiosity overpowered me. I turned my head and saw a preview of a message. "Sweet dreams, beautiful. I'll miss you tonight." My stomach dropped. My pulse hammered in my ears. I wanted to ignore it, to tell myself it was harmless, but no married woman should be receiving texts like that. Careful not to wake her, I reached over and picked up her phone. My hands trembled as I unlocked it. I knew her passcode, though I suddenly felt guilty for knowing it at all. What I found inside shattered me. There was an entire thread of messages between Claire and a man saved as Daniel Redhart. My chest tightened when I read their words. Earlier that night, right after she'd kissed me and whispered, "Good night, my love," she had texted him. "Good night, my love. Can't wait to see you tomorrow." I froze. My heart felt like it had been stabbed and twisted. The words she had said to me, the ones I held onto as a sign of her affection, weren't even meant for me. They were meant for someone else. This Daniel. I scrolled further. There were weeks of conversations, flirty texts, late-night exchanges, intimate words I hadn't heard from her in months. They joked, they planned secret meetups, they even reminisced about moments they had spent together while I was supposedly working late. She had been living another life right under my nose. One message crushed me the most. "Daniel, do you ever feel guilty lying next to him?" "Claire, not really. It feels like we're already over. You're the one who makes me feel alive." I dropped the phone, unable to breathe. My chest burned, my eyes watered, but the tears didn't fall. They just sat there, locked inside me like my rage. I looked at her sleeping peacefully beside me, her face soft and innocent, as if she weren't living a double life. The irony was unbearable. She had just whispered, "Good night, my love," to me, but her phone revealed the truth. Her heart belonged to someone else. I lay there until morning, staring into the darkness, my mind spinning. Do I confront her immediately? Do I wait? Do I gather more evidence? Betrayal is a strange kind of pain. It doesn't just hurt, it humiliates you. It makes you question everything. The next morning, I acted normal. I kissed her forehead before leaving for work, just like always. But inside, I was broken. Instead of going to the office, I sat in my car, scrolling through every single message on her phone backup. Yes, I had synced her account before, a habit I never thought I'd actually use. The truth unfolded like a slow, poisonous movie. They had been seeing each other for nearly a year. Vacations I thought she took with her friends? Daniel was there. Those extra hours at the gym? She was with him. When I finally confronted her that evening, she didn't deny it. She just looked at me, her face pale, and said, "I didn't mean for you to find out like this." Like this? As if there was a right way for me to discover she'd been betraying me. My voice cracked as I asked her, "Did you ever mean those words when you said them to me? Or were they always meant for him?" She stayed silent. Her silence was louder than any confession. In that moment, I realized something important. The woman I loved was gone. She'd been gone long before I opened her phone. What lay in front of me was a stranger. Someone who wore the mask of my wife but gave her love, her heart, and her words to another man. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I simply walked to the bedroom, packed a bag, and headed for the door. Claire tried to stop me, tears streaming down her face, But I couldn't listen anymore.